Welcome to ISCT TV, day number 3.
Bonjour.
We are tired, but wow, what a day.
What a day.
Yeah, it's been amazing. We are having a great time. How's been your day?
It's going well. I'm learning a lot of new things and connecting with colleagues, which I think is, the main goal of the meeting for me.
Yes,
Some
it's
good
the main
meetings.
goal to me. A lot of networking, a lot of learning new things, and it's been amazing.
And up next, we have Andres Casciado,
Mhm.
who is the winner of the ICT Trailblazer from an Emerging Economy Award.
Oh, great. So let's look at that.
Hello everyone, my name is Ricardo Martins. I'm one of the ambassadors of ISCT, and today the interviews will be with Andres Casciado, the winner of the new ISCT Trailblazer Award for Emerging Markets. Casciado is a professor at Universidade São Francisco de Quito and director of a biomed lab. So, Casciado, tell us what it means to you to take this award to Ecuador.
Well, we feel great, and this is an amazing opportunity for me and for the country, for Ecuador, and for the entire region. This is something that will open the door to the visibility of the work that we do, and also to bring attention of the solving problems that we need to tackle in the future. One of them is regulation. We need to make an harmonization about the regulation in different countries in order to launch better cell therapies, in order to have a better context in order to produce them. The other thing is to attract investors to our region. This is super key, and also the networking. And the networking is key for everybody at the SCA and the South Central America region. For Christina and Sebastian that are coming to the laboratory, we all here to make the networking and enjoying this opportunity, and of course the Trailblazer.
Oh, nice. My next question, tell us about your recent work and about One Health, and if it helped you achieve your research goals.
Yes, well, over there in Ecuador, we have so much opportunities. So the One Health approach means that we are connecting different aspects of the health concept, which is, for example, research, human health, veterinary health, and public health, to increase the possibility to develop preventive therapies and also to treat them. For example, one example of One Health approach is the COVID-19 pandemic, because it affected, for example, at the origins of animals, then it affected us, and then it affected the entire society. So we are looking forward to solve this problem.
Okay, and talk with the next generation. Would you like to leave a message for research in emerging markets?
Of course, well, emerging markets is a difficult context to develop research, and there are so many needs, but also from the people in our laboratory, we are so motivated in order to answer these challenges with the most appropriate methodology and high standards. And the spirit that we have is to move forward and to make a significant contribution to what is science. And one key factor is resilience. We need to have a lot of resilience, motivation, and of course the capacity of communicate our ideas better and to produce, as I mentioned, better science.
Do you have any other issue that you like to talk about?
Well, we have some of the issues. We have a lot of issues, but these are challenges. I think that not issues, but these are opportunities. So I think that the SCA region is a region of opportunities, and also I invite to all the ICT members to try for collaborations with us, because that is super important to bring, for example, support, and it's also the attention of the emerging spin-offs and the startups that we are developing, and also the patents that are everywhere. For example, from Chile, from Brazil, from Uruguay, from Mexico, there are really great emerging technologies that are coming, and we definitely need collaborations in order to set all these things through. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you, Dr. Casciado. and congratulations again.
No, thanks to you, Ricardo. Thanks also to the great team that I have here and also over there in Ecuador. I would like to send a huge feel of support, because we are supported by you and to all the SCI and of course to all the ISCT. Really delighted to introduce you to both of my best students in the laboratory. We have Sebastián Peñera, who is a biotechnology student at Universidad de San Francisco de Quito, and Cristina Ruiz, who's a medical student at Universidad de San Francisco de Quito as well. So we have both aspects of cell and gene therapy, medicine and biotechnology all here together.
For me, it has been truly a great opportunity to meet a lot of very interesting people and to get to know the first world-class research that is going on in Europe, in the USA, and Australia, in around all the world.
And you.
Well, that's a very good question, and I am honored to be here. I want to thank the ISCT Association and my university because I had the opportunity to come here. This is my first time here in Paris and my first time in a big congress. So this is a very big opportunity to make networking connections, and I am learning a lot about automatized processes and a lot of science.
Excellent, excellent. We are so happy to have you here. And the next question is, how this is going to influence your career? How is this big meeting is going to influence your future?
I think this meeting has opened my mind into more groundbreaking science in getting to understand a better feeling of how do you use these tools, these science to break through knowledge, to break through innovation, and for me just have changed my perspective towards a lot of scientific subjects.
Well, this is for me a big opportunity to learn about potential treatments, and there are a lot of research about cancer cells and, for example, stem cells, where in Ecuador we work with. So this is such an amazing opportunity to learn and how to connect the basic science with clinical topics. So this is amazing.
Excellent.
Thank you, guys. I look forward to see you next year at Vancouver.
Of course, let's go everybody to Vancouver.
Let's
with
go.
A larger Ecuadorian delegation. And SCA, of course.
Congrats to Andres for the award. And I'm so happy that ISCT is creating this new awards that is including the whole world. Don't you think?
Yeah, it is a global society.
It is a global society.
All right, and next up we have Alicia, who will be talking to Haro from Biocentric.
Hi again. So we're here with Haro from Biocentrics. So Biocentric, tell me a little bit about it.
Good. Well, I'm the CEO of Biocentric. We founded Biocentric in 2019. We are a end-to-end CDMO, contract development manufacturing organization. Our main focus is in cell therapy manufacturing. So we conduct process development, clinical production for the companies that they have products in cell therapy. They come to us and we help them to get to the market.
Right. So you're really in a space where you're helping early stage biotechs
Correct.
develop to go to clinical. Do you want to tell me a little bit about how you support them through that process?
So most of the early startup companies, they don't have the infrastructure to support their process development,
Right.
Pilot runs or engineering runs and getting ready for clinical trials. So our CDMO is actually helping those companies. We provide services like process development, analytical method development. We help them in their CMC, filing with the FDA. So we fully support them because, as I said, they don't have the infrastructure to do what we do. So, and then we are also have created an environment. What differentiates Biocentric from the rest of CDMOs is that we create an environment that companies, they can actually come and work with us. They can send their scientists, engineers, and come and work, which is very important for them because they know what's going on. They know their product better than us.
Exactly, right.
So we work together and we expedite the process to move to the clinic faster.
Okay. Oh, that's amazing. So it's a full sort of wraparound service where you guide them through the whole process.
Correct.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Correct.
So tell me about your Leap NK platform.
What? So excited about it. We just launched the Leap platform technology yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So,
congratulations.
Thank you. So the concept of the Leap platform technology is really to translate the product from bench into commercialization fast, quicker than traditional processes that the companies are taking. For example, Leap NK that we just presented yesterday is a platform technology that we already developed the manufacturing processes, all the analytical methods are developed, all the batch records are in place, all the documentation are in place. So it's kind of an off-the-shelf system. When the company has an NK product, they will come to us, and we have already everything ready to go and do the tech transfer and start the pilot runs and get to the engineering runs in 6 months.
Wow.
Typically, it takes 12 months or to go from a tech transfer up to engineering runs. We can do it in 6 months with the Leap technology platform.
Oh,
very exciting.
That's fantastic.
Very exciting time.
Yeah. All right, we're going to start to wrap it up now, but so I've heard that you've headed 3 cell therapy companies already. So what is your advice for biotechs who are starting out now?
I think focus. I think the entrepreneurs, they should have a focus and they have to have enough data, proof of concept, to convince the investors to come and invest in their companies. That's number one. Number two is that you have to surround yourself with the best team in the world. And I think the team is the reason that companies, they become successful.
Yeah.
So a good technology and a good management team and a good scientific and engineering team that will help the company to become successful. If you can put all those together, I think we're going to be successful. Of course, you can't fight against the biology, you know. There's no guarantee that everything that you start will be a success. But hopefully, 1 out of 20 companies, they have a product in the market, and I think that's what we have to shoot for.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but yeah, I think that's been a really strong theme. Is good people. That's so important.
Good people and also a focused strategy.
Yeah.
You can't just jump from one thing to other thing. You just have to focus.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. If you want to come and visit Haro here at booth 50, please do. He'd love to talk to you.
Yes.
Thank you
so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Hey, Patrick, do you know that the industry membership has a very big role also on the ISCT membership?
Lizette, I do. I think that one of the key features of ISCT and a differentiating factor from other societies is that industry does play an important role, and it is one of the 3 pillars of ISCT, which are regulatory, industry, and science. Next up, Ted spoke with Brian Poltolov on industry, and Alicia spoke with Matt Chorley from BioIBT.
Ça va toujours? Day 3 of ISCT TV, and I'm here with Brian Poltolov of Broad Oak, correct? So one of the things I love about ISCT is that we have the science, because I'm a science guy, but they don't stop there. They take it all the way through. You have your development, you have your manufacturing, and now we have business, right? So how do we get it all the way to the patients? That's why you're here. That's why you're part of ISCT, I believe. How's it been being a part of this community? What's it like?
It's great. I've been involved with ISCT for, maybe 6 or 7 years at least. And I love it. I love the bringing together everything from the academic side to the industry and now the investor side and all the different perspectives that ISCT brings together, because I really think it takes a village.
Yeah, and it's fantastic that ISCT gives us this opportunity. You're probably one of the hardest working guys that I see here at the meeting. You have roundtables, you have concurrent sessions, you have innovation sessions. What's it like getting involved? How has ICT facilitated these kinds of opportunities?
ICT has been great. I'm going to disagree with you about the hardest working people. There's a lot of really hard working people, not just on these 3 days, but in the months and years rolling up to this. But no, I think it's been great. I think it's a really good way to get involved, give back a little bit, but also just expand the network and share some insights, learn some new things, and participate. I think, you know, what you put in is what you get out.
And different levels of the career as well. So I'm an ESP, early stage professional. You have sessions geared for those types of individuals, right? The investor to investor workshop or the roundtable that you guys put together allows, you know, newbies like me to sit down and understand from the base level. Talk about the investor to investor workshop. How was that? What were the main key points and the takeaways? Because I think it was titled "Where's the Capital?" Right? So what can you tell us about where's the capital?
So where's the capital? I think we spent a good amount of time talking about where people are investing. And I think initially a lot of focus was around the innovation side of investing. And I think that more and more of the focus and more of the dollars, frankly, are now in the industrialization side, to take those concepts and take these early stage drugs from what's necessary on the bench, make it maybe into phase 1, but ultimately what's going to be suitable for late stage clinical and ultimately commercial manufacturing. Scalability, cost, reliability, redundancy, these types of considerations are really critical to making these technologies scale and making them suitable for the true potential that we're going to see in long-term therapeutic development.
Great session, great contribution, great panelists all around. Anything else you'd like to add before we take off here?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for making this possible. Thank you for all the work you do. Thank you to ISCT. And frankly, thank you to all the scientists, because that's really where it all starts, is in the data, it's in the science. We just help to enable and facilitate the work that lots of people are doing together. So thank you.
Can't be done without you. Au revoir. Merci. ISCT.
Bonjour, we're here with Matt from BioIBT. Matt, can you tell me a little bit about BioIBT?
Yes, Alicia, I sure can. And thank you to ISCT. This has been a tremendous program, and we're very happy to be a part of it. So BioIBT is the largest provider of biospecimens in the world. Both disease state and normal specimens, we have the largest donor network in the world. Secondarily, we provide products for the cell and gene therapy space, and we have the largest depth in the cell and gene therapy space for providing raw materials.
So that's a pretty broad range of things that you guys provide. What are some of the consequences of switching suppliers midstream? I mean, this is a hot topic that's had a lot of discussion here in Paris. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, it's very tricky to switch suppliers midstream. What you want to do is you want to go with a GMP supplier very early on in preclinical. And that doesn't mean you're necessarily using a GMP product in preclinical development of your ATMP. However, you want to make sure you're with that supplier, so when you get to phase 2 and it's a requirement that you're with a GMP supplier, you've already done the qualification work, you've done the validation work, and prior to being in patient, you've already qualified that supplier. Otherwise, you're going to have to go back, do regression testing, do additional validation, and qualify a new supplier that is GMP, because it's a regulatory requirement.
Right, yeah, and that sort of covers a bit of my second question about what are some of the costs to the whole process if you don't do that right from the start?
Yeah, the costs are significant,
yeah.
So concordant studies may be required. Supplier qualification certainly is required. You may have to do side-by-side studies on the raw materials in PPQ. That's the process performance qualification study. So significant cost, but what does this mean? It means our product doesn't get on market in a timely fashion.
Right.
And what we're really trying to do is get these products out to patients in a timely fashion.
Absolutely. That's one of the most important parts of this. So can you speak to me a little bit about why it's so important to have dedicated primary and secondary suppliers with recallable donors?
Absolutely, yes. In the GMP world, it's really important to have primary and secondary suppliers. It's actually an expectation of FDA and European Medicines Agency that you have a primary and a secondary supplier for critical raw materials. Cells by their very nature and their biological activity and the fact that they are the main component in the final therapy, are the most critical raw material in the process.
Right.
And so it is very important that you have a primary and a secondary supplier. Just think, you're sitting there, you're going through your clinical development, you're calling up your primary supplier. Your primary supplier doesn't have any product.
Yep. We've all been there.
What do I do now? What do I do now? If you've already qualified a backup supplier with a donor base that you've already identified as recallable donors, you just get on the phone to that secondary supplier and you never miss a beat. So again, getting that therapy on market in a timely fashion without additional cost, you need to do this setup first. And
Right.
having a primary and a secondary supplier is critically important.
Yeah, that's absolutely. So how can we get in touch with you?
Oh yeah, so I'm at BioIBT, and so any of us can be reached through the website at
Yep.
www.bioibt.com. My email is mchorley@bioibt.com. I'm also at the conference, and so you can reach me through the conference app, and I've had a number of meetings here. It's been an incredible meeting.
Thank you so much for coming and speaking with us, and thanks for being here. It's great. So one of the highlights for us has been speaking with our industry community members. Earlier today, I spoke with Vidya from West Pharmaceuticals. Coming up next. Bonjour. We're here with Vidya from West Pharmaceuticals down at booth 37. Vidya, would you like to tell me a little bit about West Pharmaceuticals?
Yeah. So West Pharmaceuticals, headquarters is located in Exton, Pennsylvania in US, and we are leaders in the packaging industry. We have a long legacy of 100 years, and we've provided packaging for various therapeutics. We have advanced the fields of parenteral drugs, biologics, and traditional therapies. And now we're getting into the advanced therapy space, and we are leaders in the gene therapy packaging.
Okay, so you guys have been around for quite a while then. So cell and gene therapies have a very specific requirement for packaging, and it's something that we have to take a lot of care in our product development, and we really want to get it right the first time. Can you tell me a little bit about some of these challenges and what is West Pharmaceuticals doing to overcome those challenges?
Yeah, so cell and gene therapies are very specialized, advanced therapeutics molecules, which have very specific requirements for packaging, which have to be considered early in development and all through development process of the drug development process, because there are a number of challenges with packaging that has to be considered. For example, cell and gene therapies require a really low temperature, ultra low to cryogenic temperatures for storage and transport. They also so the container closure has to be maintained for the packaging at that very low temperatures.
Yeah.
And then the second point, the packaging should be inert, should not compromise the drug, should not have any particulates or leachables, which can compromise and interact with the drug. And also, it should not break. The packaging should not break, and should not affect the product. So the product should not, interact with the packaging material in any way.
Exactly. Yeah, those are really critical things that I think maybe we weren't necessarily thinking about when we're starting off, but now has come to light that it's absolutely important to be maintaining. So tell me about what makes West Pharmaceutical products ideal for this.
Yeah, so West has been a leader in the packaging industry. Like I mentioned, we have a 100-year legacy. We provided packaging for parenteral drugs as well as biologics and traditional therapies.
Yeah.
So West provides packaging that overcomes all of the challenges associated with cell and gene therapy packaging. For example, we have our product Crystal Zenith cyclic olefin polymer, can be used for storage in ultra low and cryogenic temperatures. And also, we provide all of the components that is required for packaging solutions, from the Crystal Zenith vials to this elastomeric NovaPure stoppers, as well as the aluminum, flip-off clean certified seals. So
Okay.
all of this packaging solution can come together to provide the container closure integrity for containing the cell and gene therapies. And also, they are break resistance, It's very low, leachable and particulate profile.
So Vidya, what sort of companies are you guys partnering with?
Yeah, so West has a very rich legacy. We have decades of experience combined with innovation. So we partner with companies that are emerging biotech that are, coming out with their first advanced therapies molecule in the market, as well as companies that are long established, the big pharma that are working on looking at best solutions for a new molecule that they're bringing to the market. So we cover the whole spectrum from big and small companies.
Okay, and so how do the companies get in touch with you?
So we have a large sales team. We're a global company. We're located in several global locations in Asia, Europe, and North America.
Okay.
So certainly they can reach out to our sales team, but the easiest way is to get on our website, westpharma.com, and they can get information about our products. And also they can provide any questions that they have.
Okay, that's fantastic. Or we can come and visit the team here at booth 37.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so everybody loves the ISCT annual meeting, but don't forget, we have regional meetings, the Europe meeting and the North America meeting. The Europe meeting is going to be in Gothenburg, Sweden, September of this year. It's going to be sponsored by, one of the sponsors is AstraZeneca. I had the opportunity to meet with them this afternoon and with ATMP Sweden as well. So let's go have a look at that session. Ted Kiefer here with AstraZeneca and ATMP Sweden. I've got some very exciting news about AstraZeneca's engagement in the cell and gene therapy and what they're doing in Sweden. I'd like to introduce you to our panel here. We got Michael, Heather, and Jim. Why don't we go down the line and make introductions and talk about what you're interested in and why you're here at ISCT.
Great. Hi, I'm Michael Delahaye. So I'm a director of bioprocessing within the cell therapy department within the biopharma R&D arm of AstraZeneca.
Excellent.
So good to be here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Heather Main. I'm the project manager for ATMP Sweden, and we work basically to support the Swedish ATMP network to grow and to be better connected to each other for the sake of getting more medicines to patients.
Fantastic.
And I'm Jim Lund. I'm the project manager of the ATMP 2030 innovation milieu, working to make Sweden a leader in this exciting area.
Fantastic. ISCT is all about bringing people together, making this a community. AstraZeneca has been here. This is your second year, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So what do you think of ISCT and how are you engaging in the ISCT community to improve cell and gene therapy products?
So personally, I brought a membership to ISCT with me. Actually bringing that to AstraZeneca and now seeing AstraZeneca really engage with ISCT is fantastic. And really, we are quite junior in the cell and gene therapy space. So we're really looking to understand, the ongoing and growing ecosystem, but also see how we can collaborate, but also promote the region that we're based in as well. So we're based in Gothenburg in Sweden. So it's great to interact with local networks as well.
Yeah, hence local community development, ATMP. It's fantastic. What is ATMP Sweden exactly? Where did it start? What's the history and how did it grow?
So it really started quite some time ago, and what sort of formulated was a need for coordination and communication. Sweden's very good at giving money. I'm not Swedish, you get, right? I'm Australian. But Sweden is very good at giving a little bit of money to a lot of people. And so you've got your opportunity to do something good, you do it, and then you get money for the next part and money for the next part. And so what was really needed was something that would bring all of these activities together and create a bit of sustainability of the information. So when a project finishes, where do you find information about that project? If they had a website, now it's gone because their money's gone. And so we really needed something to bring those networks together, bring the information together, and also to look at the different stakeholders and see, is there something missing? Is there somewhere where they need more support? Is there some way that we can catalyze something to happen? So the ATMP Sweden network sort of grew out of that and is really a communication and coordination platform.
ISCT is coming to Gothenburg for their regional meeting. AstraZeneca is going to participate in that. How did you get AstraZeneca involved to sponsor a regional meeting?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we're really excited to get the regional meeting to Gothenburg in 2024. I think it's come at pretty much the perfect time. So obviously with AstraZeneca's presence in the ATMP sphere, but now next door we have GoCo Innovation Center, CCRM Nordic. It's really riding on that momentum of bringing expertise to the region. So I think the region itself, obviously then supported by Sweden as a nation, have a very strong focus to really make this a key area moving forward for the country. So I hope it's an opportunity to showcase the infrastructure that is being built and has already been built, and just bring world leaders to a region that perhaps previously wasn't the first thought when you think of ATMP development, but I'm sure in the next 5 to 10 years we'll be at the forefront in terms of global hubs. So really, really exciting.
I don't doubt it. So this union of individuals with ATMP is very unique, it sounds like. So who all do you have at the table? Who all is talking to each other, and how do you facilitate that?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. So, I mean, we've been trying to get the ecosystem together for a number of years, actually. And I would say it was when we started this ATMP 2030 project, we actually started to get the right players, at the table. So we have big companies, small companies, but I would say everybody who's actively want to contribute to the vision that we should be a leader is quite, bold for a, Swedes aren't known for being that bold. But in the end of the day, I think all even the authorities have, are part of this effort to make Sweden a leader. So I think it's a slow change, but over time you could really follow the development of the ecosystem in a great way. So I'm very happy that so much activities is going on in Sweden, and we're extremely excited to have ISCT regional meeting next year in Gothenburg.
We're excited to have you here. So it's been wonderful talking to everybody. Really looking forward to the future of this collaboration, especially with ISCT. I'll let you all go and enjoy Paris.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been ISCT TV. Take care. A bientôt.
So did you know that we're not just doing these in-person videos, but we've also been posting on social media? So myself, Ricardo and Ted have all been behind the scenes on the ISCT Global social media. So if you want to know more, look up hashtag ISCT 2023 and you'll find out all about it. And next up, I have my interview with Roman from Selectix. Hi, we're here on day 3 of the conference, and I'm here with Roman from Selectix, and we're going to talk to you about this new product, UCAR-T 20x22. So do you want to tell us a little bit about Selectix and about your CAR-T?
Okay, so yes, Selectix is basically a gene editing company. It was founded more than 20 years ago. And since 10 to 12 years ago, we started working on the CAR-T field, combining the gene editing, the nuclease technology, and the CAR-T technology.
Okay, wow. So you've been in the space for a long time then. Yeah, that's excellent. So do you want to tell me a little bit more about your CAR-T product, and especially about how you're treating your B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphomas?
Okay, yeah, UCAR-T 20x22, it's allogeneic CAR-T cell product.
Right. It's very hot right now.
Yeah, we are targeting 2 antigens, so CD20 and CD22, which we think that by targeting 2 antigens, we have more chances to have profound activity and to avoid tumor escape for example, when you have low antigen expression or relapses that are negative for the targeted antigens.
Okay, and so you're using the TALEN system to knock out your genes. Do you want to tell me a little bit more about that and, some of the drawbacks and how you're getting around those things?
Okay, yeah, indeed we're using TALEN gene editing technology to knock out 2 genes in this product. We are knocking out the TCR alpha receptor, so the TRAC gene, to avoid or to minimize the risk of having graft versus host disease when we will infuse these allogeneic cells. And we're also knocking out the CD52 gene to make these cells resistant to alemtuzumab, that is an anti-CD52 antibody that can be used during the lymphodepletion of the patients prior to administer CAR-T 20x22. So we have been working with nucleases for many years. We work with tailings because we know how to modify these enzymes. We know how to make them be very active, very precise, and therefore more safe.
Okay.
So even if we have this, we need to take into consideration that we are not infecting the cells, that there is no impact on the genomic stability. And for every batch that we will be producing, we will be checking that there are no major rearrangements. We can accept, for example, translocations between the on-site cleavage sites, but we limit that to a certain level, and we check that there is no off-target activity or not malignant transformation on the cells.
Excellent. It sounds really exciting. So your CAR-T 20x22 is one of the first products that you've got fully developed in-house.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about that, because what does that mean, and how is it giving you a market advantage?
So it means that we have decided to implement our own GMP manufacturing facilities. We have one here in Paris, in which we are able to produce plasmids, vectors, and mRNAs. And we have the cell therapy manufacturing facility in Raleigh, North Carolina, in which we are able to generate the UCAR-T cells. This gives us the advantage to fully control the timelines of manufacturing, because we are ourselves providers for all the starting materials. We are able to minimize these timelines. And we think that this is a huge advantage, because that plus the fact of being allogeneic, we think that it's the best way to bring these therapies to the patients
in a timely way. Yeah. So you're full end to end. That's amazing.
Yeah, everything is integrated now.
So it must have taken a long time to get going. So, okay, then we'll start to wrap it up. But what's our take-home message here from the preclinical data? Tell us a little bit about this and where you see it going.
The preclinical data we presented today is showing that we are able to control tumor progression in different tumor models in vitro and in animals, using both cell lines, primary samples from the NHL patients. We have been able to go through all the stages of the development, from the research, preclinical development, process development, and GMP manufacturing. We have shown that all the products that we have been generating are active. And now this UCAR-T 20x22 product is in the clinic. So we are on a phase 1 trial that has just started. And it's open, recruiting patients in the US and here in Europe.
Okay, wow. So what do you think the next steps are then?
I think the next steps at the moment we are doing the dose escalation. We are proving the safety and the activity of the product, and we expect by next year to be in the expansion phase and then trying to go commercial as soon as possible.
That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, if you want to get in touch with Roman, look him up. He'd love to have us chat with you about his new product. Thank you.
Thank you.
So workforce development is a focus at ISCT. So one of the people that is dealing with the issues in workforce development is Emily Hopewell. I had the good fortune of sitting down in an interview with her earlier today.
Ted Keefe here again, ISCT Day 3. I am here with Dr. Emily Hopewell of my alma mater, IU, Indiana University. So excited to be here with you.
Thanks,
Hope you're having
Ted.
a great meeting. You having a good meeting?
It is. It's been a phenomenal meeting. It's amazing this year.
Without a doubt. And what I love about ISCT is that they think about every step in the process. So we got science and development, we got industry to support it, but we need people, right? We need people to be able to support this industry moving forward. We've got a lot of roundtable sessions on Saturday. You want to talk about any of those?
Yeah, sure. We've got like 3 or 4 workforce development roundtable sessions on Saturday, and I'm thrilled. One of them is actually a combined session with ARM, the Alliance for Regenerative Medicine, talking about workforce development with ISCT and ARM, and really what the whole field is doing, because I started in this field in 2003 as a technologist, and what I was taught in my training did not teach me, it didn't prepare me for my work. So I learned on the job. And we are unfortunately still at that point. And it's a huge gap for the field in general, because we're growing. We're growing so fast.
So fast.
And we don't have the trained technical staff to do it, to manufacture, quality assurance, quality control, regulatory, all of that.
And there's some awareness because of COVID and some of the gaps that were identified throughout COVID. So I think we're building on some of those opportunities. And ISCT is taking some real initiatives, right?
Right.
So they're developing a training program.
Yes.
Correct?
And so we started the Workforce Development Committee this past fall that Patrick Hanley and I are co-chairing. We've got Julie Alexson from Mayo, Zlatibor Velokovic from Australia, New Zealand area, and Matthew Hewitt from Charles River. So he's providing the industry perspective, and he's very much into training. And so we're all having the same problems. So why not bring everybody together and see if we can figure it out? So one of the key things that we're starting with is, what are the core competencies that you need?
Great, yeah.
I mean,
perfect.
what are the core competencies? There is the Early Stage Professionals Committee that the ISCT is known for. Yes, I was a part of it for many years. And we have the Early Stage Professionals Leadership Development Program that allows junior people the opportunity to participate in committees. We have the ESP Mentoring Program that I'm particularly proud of, that's grown and given people an opportunity. And now ISCT has actually launched the Institute of Training and Learning. Learning and training. It's something. It's actually very new. So sorry, I apologize. The title is not fresh in my mind. But that's a whole learning management system, which will allow us to be able to deliver much more content readily.
And seamless, or relatively seamless.
Yes, relatively
especially
seamless.
With all these partners.
Right. So
collaboration, teamwork.
exactly.
Like what ISCT
It's
stands for.
really the whole field coming together, and ISCT can be the leader in that globally.
And go IU.
Yes, go IU.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being a part of this meeting, being a part of this interview session, and being part of ISCT and building us up so that we can meet the needs of our patients.
It's a pleasure. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
always good to see you.
Thanks.
I can't believe it. This is it.
This is it.
Has been an amazing ICT meeting. It's the last day. I can't believe it. I'm sad, but at the same time, excited for the next year.
Yep, and seeing you.
Yeah, seeing you too. Even though we
Vancouver.
live so close,
I know.
but we wait for next year to see each other.
Lizette says she lives in Maryland. She really lives in West Virginia. But anyway, it is good to see you.
It is good to see you.
It's great to see IST. My favorite parts, I love the roundtables again. I think we continue to promote that, and I think it's good. Help driving consensus, but it's good. Yeah.
And I hope we can see more people next year. I'm telling you, we're going back to North America. So I hope we see more people from North America. It's going to be as amazing or even more so next year. So we're going to wait for you.
And I do want to take a moment and thank our three ambassadors, the ESP ambassadors. They've been fantastic. So thank you so much for all you've done.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also everyone else who has spoken to ISCT TV. We're creating a brand here, and I hope that we continue to drive it. So, all right, we're getting the,
yeah.
so we're done.
Thank you. Bye.